Good morning, guys. Tyler here. I wanted to come on this morning. I'm continuing with this series, this daily series, a daily devotional about learning how to come into the presence of our King here and now, knowing the Lord. More than knowing about God, knowing Him, spirit to spirit. I believe that it's the most important thing that the people of God need to come into the reality, the awareness of in our day-to-day lives. We need to learn how to know the Lord, how to live in the presence, stand in the presence of the living God, and to receive from Him the life and the blessing and the strength and the confidence that comes with knowing Jesus. This morning, I've been reflecting on the passage in Hebrews 12 that talks about how, because we're surrounded, therefore, by such a great cloud of witnesses, those who have come before us and had faith and trusted the Lord, that he encourages us to throw off every hindrance and the sin that so easily entangles our lives. And I'm just struck this morning by the fact that there are hindrances and there are sins. So there are sins that keep us obviously away from God, right? Because it draws our hearts away to other things. But there's also hindrances. So hindrances are not necessarily sins. And so what is a hindrance? A hindrance is a distraction or a belief that's in contradiction to the truth about who God is in our lives, who Jesus is in our lives. And I just am so struck this morning about the reality that I think one of the strongest hindrances in Christians' lives is that they don't really believe that Jesus loves you, that He is open-hearted towards us, open-armed, right? It's so easy in this world because there's so much darkness, deception, twisting of reality. It's so easy for us to get caught thinking that, well, God is love, but He's had enough with me. He's had it up to here with me. Like, I've blown it. The devil is always trying, the father of lies. He's always trying to twist reality so that we're just somehow falling short of being worthy of the embrace of God. And see, what that lie does is it twists the reality of who the Lord is. And it's so important, if we're going to draw near to the throne of our God and our Father, to come close, to be open to the fact that Jesus loves me right now. He is open to me right now. He wants me to come to Him and connect with Him spirit to spirit right now. If we can't do that, if we somehow believe that we've done something that it's like God's heart has closed towards us. The reality is that if everyone was fed up with us, but we knew in our heart who the Lord is, that He has triumphed over it all, then we would still be able to come to the Lord and have hope for our lives. But if the devil can convince us that the Father, the one who is ultimately in charge, had enough, like for some reason we've done something that's just going a little too far, then it's impossible to have hope. It's impossible to believe that ultimately things are going to go well in our lives because we're rejected by the one who ultimately is in charge. And so it's so important. It's so important, if you want to be intimate with the Lord, to see through that lie. And the way that you see through the lie that somehow, God is not really, our Father, our Creator is not really open to us. The way that you see through that is by knowing the character of who the Lord is. So foundationally important. The way that we can always know who the Father is towards us is to look to Jesus on the cross. If you look to Jesus hanging there on the cross, that is an eternal punctuation mark, a period, like end of story, that, Jesus is the visible image of who the Father is in our lives. If you want to have a an ultimate, final statement on who the Lord is, to who your Father is towards you. Look at Jesus bleeding, suffering, dying on the cross once and for all sin. That is the heart of the Father, the eternal heart of the Father revealed. There's nothing that we can do to change the Father's attitude towards us. And I think sometimes even we can think, well, God was angry towards us. God actually hates me or what I've done or what I do, what I'm in the habit of doing, what I'm really like. But because of Jesus, he accepts me. No, that's wrong. He sent Jesus to the cross because of his heart towards us. See, because he loved us, he sent Jesus to die for us. It's not like, well, he hated us, but he knew he had to, because he was just, he had to make a way to make it okay to be with us. So even though he hated us, he sent Jesus so he could accept us. It's backwards. Because he loves you, because he created you with the desire to be yours, for you to be his, and for him to be yours. Because of his love for you, that is why he sent Jesus for you, to make the way. And it's an eternal statement. He will never change. And this is so important because I want to say this. In Corinthians, Paul says that he literally got taken to heaven and he experienced inexpressible glories, the deepest reality, the substance of God's eternal love for us, okay? But I would put every penny that I have on the reality that even though Paul had that depth of inexpressible certainty of knowing the Lord, I guarantee the next morning he woke up and the devil came to sow lies that even though he knew the truth, for some reason he was disqualified. I would put money that just no matter how deep, how profound we have known in our history, in our past, the reality that Jesus loves us unconditionally, I guarantee the next day you will wake up and the devil will somehow bring that reality into question again. Every day, the father of lies tries to sow the seed in our hearts, the idea that somehow there's something between us and the eternal triumph of Jesus' undying commitment for us to be his forever. And so, because this series is about intimacy, knowing the Lord in the here and now, it is so important that we wake up every morning and remember the cross, remember the eternal punctuation mark, the unchanging, undying reality. Jesus forever sits before the throne of God, interceding for you and for me. And so we have to therefore approach the throne of grace with faith every day. It will, as long as we are alive in this world, we will have to return to the throne of grace. We will have to defy the opposition, the sower of the seeds of lies in our lives. We have to wake up and say, no, I know it. We have to come humbly. I know I did wrong. It's not like the devil's accusing us of things we didn't do. Lots of times he's telling a truth. He's just twisting the reality of who God is as a result of the truth. He's twisting the interpretation, how we should respond to those truths, right? It's true that I screwed up yesterday. It's true that I screwed up this morning. It's true that I'm going to screw up. I'm probably screwing up as I'm talking to you right now. I'm going to screw up as soon as I end this talk, whatever this is. But that has nothing to do with my Father's heart towards me and towards you. And so if you want to connect with your living Father today, you have to come with the faith that he loves you. Or you don't even have to come with the faith. You have to come to him trusting in who you know him to be, even if you're not feeling. I've had a lot. This morning, I didn't feel like this profound faith, like, I know you're loving me today. I came trusting that even though I'm not feeling all jazzed up about how much Jesus is excited to be with me this morning, I come humbly saying, I know who you are right now. And I'm going to trust that in spite of what's in here, you're going to lift me up because of your faithful love towards me. Because I know who you are, I know I can come right into your presence. I know that you have a good plan for me today because of who you are, Father, because of what Jesus has done. I'm gonna come boldly into your presence, into your spirit. I'm going to dwell with you right now, today, because of who I know you are. And let me tell you, there has not been a single time in my, however, like 20, 25, I don't know, however many years I've been a Christian, when I turn to my Father in that way, in the confidence of who he is and what Jesus has done for me, I always meet the Lord. He always meets me where I am. He always has an answer to my petitions. And that is true for you right now. So it's irrelevant what you've done. It's irrelevant what you're doing, and it's irrelevant what you're going to do. What matters is, are you willing to humble your heart and turn to the Lord in gratitude for who he is? And if you will do that, you will discover that the Lord is with you. Your Father who created you is for you. And he, if you're willing, he will make a way through for you that leads to life and blessing and a destiny, that is good. And we just have to be brave enough to face whatever we are facing in the confidence of the triumph of Jesus. And I'm going to do that today. And because of that and nothing else, because of nothing that I have done, because of nothing that I'm confident I can do, but because of my humble trust in who I know Jesus and the Father to be, the Spirit of glory is going to be upon me today. And I'm going to bring that to the people who need to see the unconditional love of God in their lives today. And I'm going to be a blessing. And it's because of who I know he is. I pray that encourages you and that it helps you to see the unchanging reality of who God is in your life. And I pray that you be blessed, that you and your family and your friends will be blessed this Thanksgiving, and that this message will give you the courage to face your life and everything that is before you in the confidence of who God is and who you are able to be, regardless of your history or your present circumstances or what it appears your fortunes for the future are, because of who Jesus is and his triumph in your life. I love you guys. I look forward to speaking with you. I may be on tomorrow if there's time, but if not, I'll certainly be on after Thanksgiving. God bless you guys. Hope to talk to you soon.